The NBA is approaching the halfway point of the regular season, and despite the unique circumstances, it certainly hasn't disappointed. To discuss the fascinating storylines around it, I'm delighted to be joined by one of the league's rising stars, Indiana Pacers center Myles Turner.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. Appreciate y'all.
Myles, this has been a season like no other due to the pandemic. Despite the various disruptions and extremely unusual circumstances, the Indiana Pacers have once again been competitive at the right end of the table and look set to make the playoffs again.
Yeah, we definitely have playoff aspirations, and our aspirations go beyond that. I think it's just the halfway point of the season, like you're saying, where everybody's trying to get their bearings, get their feet up under them. We've had some games postponed. There's been a lot of games postponed here in this first half, and it's been a challenge for every team just to kind of find their balance. So here, especially in the Eastern Conference, everything's really neck and tight. So it's like every game matters at this point.
On a personal front, Myles, you seem to be thriving with the new responsibility and taken your defensive game a level up. You lead the league in blocks, and in fact, many see you as a contender to dethrone Giannis as the Defensive Player of the Year.
It's a big aspiration of mine, a big goal of mine. I think that it's very feasible and something that I can accomplish. I feel like I've led the league in shot blocking before, and that wasn't enough to get on an all defensive team or to be Defensive Player of the Year. So it's going to be more than that. I want to continue to, be a presence at the rim, but, my defense, it goes beyond blocking shots. I can guard guards in the perimeter. I can, I play the pick and roll well. I slow defenses down, I slow offenses down, make offenses have to change the way they attack our team. So I'm capable of more than just blocking shots. In my mind, I'm clear-cut Defensive Player of the Year, but it's early. Still got a lot of season left to play, and I still got a lot of people to prove that too. So I just take it as a challenge and something that I'm going to continue to do.
Myles, Victor Oladipo's move to the Houston Rockets was a blow to your team, and that deal was, of course, part of the James Harden trade. The Brooklyn Nets are the latest super team in the NBA, and once again, the deal has divided opinion in the basketball community. Where do you stand on the concept of a super team and what it means for the league?
Well, the whole concept of super team, it just depends on, what you're looking for. I think that certain guys go to certain places because they have aspirations to win as well. I think that they're a great team, but they haven't proven anything yet. When you have like the Golden State Warriors team, where that was a quote unquote super team, they won the championship. When you have the super team in Miami, Bron, Chris Bosh, D Wade, they won championships. So until they win, you can't crown them anything. I think that as a whole, they're a great team. They have a lot of great parts, a lot of great things that make up their chemistry in their team, but until they win, you can't be classified as a super team.
Shifting tracks to some of the more pertinent off-court topics, the NBA players have been extremely vocal over the past year or so in the fight against racial discrimination. There have been match boycotts and powerful statements made. As a truly global game, what role do you see the NBA playing moving forward in the fight for social justice?
Well, I think they're continuing to educate. I think that's the biggest thing. We have such a platform, like you said, the NBA is one of the most popular sports around the world. So they have a voice, they have a platform to make our opinions and our voices heard. I think that when people see America from another country, they're baffled. They can't believe what's going on and seen in the media because I feel like it's not as bad. In some countries, obviously I can't speak for it, but I feel like things in America are just surprising how bad it is, for people who come from a foreign country. So to continue to fight against that and continue to have a zero tolerance towards it, I feel like there's nothing that's going to be inspiring because, kids see that and know that no matter what they look like, black, brown, yellow, white, whatever, they can come in here and play basketball because, basketball is, it doesn't matter who race you are. If you can put the ball in the hoop, put the ball in the hoop. So outside of the court, I think it's just a humanity thing. We're just continuing to keep our voices heard and continue to make sure that people know that we're not going away with where we stand with things. So I think just using our platform on a worldwide basis and letting people know about how we feel.
Athletes all over the world have recently been affected by online trolling, and it has unfortunately become a feature in the digital world. But you, Myles, dealt with one troll in a unique way and in fact started a fundraiser. Tell us how that came about.
I think that it just came out in such a crazy way. People have talked a lot of mess with me through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, but there's a finance app called Venmo, and this guy requested $100 for my performance, our overtime performance against the Chicago Bulls a couple of nights ago. And it wasn't one of my best games, but he requested money for it. So I was like, whatever. I just let it go like I normally do. But then he requested it again, and he requested it again the third time. And the third time I sent him a penny, and I said, well, here's a penny for your thoughts. And he got upset with that, and he posted that on Twitter and said he was unappreciative of the fact that I sent him a penny due to my performance. So once people started seeing that, my finance app went viral, and people were sending me pennies or 2 cents. Like here's my 2 cents, and in a matter of 4 or 5 hours, all those pennies that people send me equated to $230. So I mean, if you do the math on that, that's a lot of people. It had to be thousands of people that were just sending me pennies, and I decided to make that into a fundraiser for the unfortunate events that are happening in Texas right now with the freeze that happened there. I'm not sure if people are aware, but Texas went through something very uncharacteristic, and we had below freezing temperatures, and it destroyed like our power grid, and people are left without water, and a lot of people died of hypothermia, a lot of resources that we don't have. So I decided to make a fundraiser out of it and end up raising with my matches about $76,000 to send to multiple charities. So it's just an example of turning a negative into a positive, using your social media platform for good. And it has its ups and downs, but I decided to turn it into an up that day.
Thanks so much for talking to us, Myles, and wish you all the best for the rest of the season. It's been a pleasure.
No worries. Thank you, guys.